Well, hello there, ladies and gents. Hope you're well. I know somebody that wasn't well this time last week. Old Janet Street Porter. You may have read about her in the news. You may have seen her on TV today. I read the story quickly last week, but didn't take it in. A lot was happening. A lot was going on in the news and in life in general. But if you've not heard the story, I'll tell you quickly. Now, for those of you that's been with the channel since its inception, hey, that's a good word, isn't it? Inception. I think that means since it started, which would be end of March, early April. You'll know that I quite like old Janet. I mentioned her a couple of times. I think she's very good at what she does. I know she's much maligned and some don't like her. I think she's great. She speaks her mind, just like me. Isn't afraid to upset anybody, just like me. But doesn't upset people for the sake of it, just like me. So I like the girl. She's great. Last week she met somebody that doesn't like her, and I'd just like to give you my two penneth. Yeah, I heard her today. She was on the TV. They asked her about it, about what happened. She lives in Kent, does Janet, and she's walking. I don't know if it's late afternoon or evening. Don't know what it is. I didn't pick up on that. Just out going for a stroll on her own. Quiet cul-de-sac that led to the beach near a property, and a car pulled up behind her, and a gentleman of around about 50 years of age. He sat in the car, he's wound the window down, and he said the following. Let me just put the bins on for this. This is me reading now. I was a copper before. No, well, I was me before with a copper, and I was on and off the bins. I didn't know whether it was coming or going. But this is me because I need to read. This guy's pulled up beside her, extremely threatening, and he said, I hate you. We all hate you. All right, she said, not knowing what to say. She just gave her an embarrassed laugh, hoping that he might have half been joking, or he might just think, well, he's not bothering her. I'll drive away. And anyway, he carried on with, who do you think you are? And by the way, you're really ugly. Very nice of him, that. Very, very nice of him. You're not very intelligent. All right. Anyway, he pulls the car on, follows her around. She starts to walk off to the beach because she wants to get away from him. Now, at this stage, he could have got out of his car, followed her to the beach, could have been deserted. Anything could have happened to her. She thinks the coast is clear, comes back to the roadway to walk back to her home, very, very shook up. He appears again and he says something like, you've got it coming to you. Don't worry about that. You will get it. Well, it's really, really shook her up at this stage. I mean, let's face it, Janet, she's been in the media for many, many a year now. Many a year. All right, she might have said the odd person, but as I say, she's only giving an opinion. She's great at what she does. He says she's very ugly. Well, it's not very nice. Is he a lovely looking fella? We need to see. He says she's not very intelligent. Well, she's done nothing but make a success of herself for all of her career, I would suggest. She's worked on 2 of the newspapers. I think she may have been an editor on one, or certainly very, very high up. She's done very well on TV. I would suggest she's extremely intelligent. I would suggest this guy's an absolute right jodrell, and I mean a jodrell with a capital J. She doesn't know what to do now. She doesn't know whether to report it to the police or not. She knows the police have a lot on their hands. They have a lot of work on already. She's unsure of what they can do. Janet, you'll never see this. I hope you do. I mean, I like you a lot. Not just like you, I like you a lot. Got a lot of time for you. And for your opinions, to be honest with you. I don't agree with absolutely everything you say. Only probably about 99.9% of it, to be honest with you. So you're not perfect, just like myself. But I like you a lot, love it. I do, honestly. I think you should report it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, he says you're not very good looking. Let's see what he looks like. But secondly, it doesn't matter if they can't do anything, love. This fella might be married. He might have a wife or a partner. He might have some kids. They need to know what they're living with. They need to know what he's like. If he's got a wife and his wife's half decent, she might kick him out. That's more than the coppers could do. If he's got any kids, they might sort of think, well, we thought we had a decent dad. They'll now realise they've not, and hopefully they won't grow up like him. He may have friends. He's bound to have friends. For all he seems like a right jodrell. Some of his friends might turn their back on him, just disown him. That's what he needs. He shouldn't be doing what he's done and saying these things. When all's said and done, I'll tell you what I look at. I've said on here before, her mate on this Loose Women, what's her name? Judy Love, the comedian. Well, I don't know where she got that title from, because I find her as funny as Well, I don't find her funny. I can't think of an analogy. I could, but I've not got the time. I think she's crap, and I would say I hate her, and I do hate her. Hating that I think she's crap at her job and not a comedian. But I don't hate her as hate. I would never go to her and tell her I hate her. I would never pull up a car beside her and tell her I hate you. Everybody hates you. You're ugly. You're not intelligent. You would never do that to another human being. You just wouldn't at all. I would never think of doing that. When I say I hate her, I don't think she's very good, but I don't mean hate in the way that this guy's used it. That is a powerful word. It's an awful word. And when all's said and done, Judy Love is probably in the late 30s, early 40s. He's Janet in the mid to late 70s. I know she's great for her age, but he's done all of that while she's on her own to what really is just an old lady or an older lady, defenceless older lady. And I think it's absolutely shocking. Janet, go to the police. Go to the police if it's only because hopefully many people may turn on him, even loved ones, assuming he's got some, although he doesn't deserve any. He really doesn't. Please go to the police. Really sorry for your love. I hope you get over it and I hope you're fine. I know you're a strong woman, but I do hope you get over it. You've got to realise, lovey, not everybody's like that. For every few thousand people, there's one absolute, as I say, jodrell, and he's that one. Unfortunately, you met him last week. Hopefully you'll never meet him or he's like ever again. How does it knock off?